In this week's episode of Awesome Car Guy News, Mercedes-AMG reveals their first ever plug-in hybrid, the Mercedes-AMG GT63S e-Performance. Audi reveals a new concept car called the Grand Sphere, which is supposed to preview an upcoming replacement for the Audi A8. And Kia has revealed the all-new 5th generation Kia Sportage, specifically designed and tuned and engineered for the European market. Plus, we also get some more details about the all-new 8th generation Opel/Vauxhall Astra. And I'll try to summarize what you can expect to see at this year's Munich Motor Show, which is happening next week. Good evening everyone, and welcome to the first ever episode of Awesome Car Guy News. I have been waiting for so long to give you coverage of the latest car news all around the world. After all, this is the home of automotive news. Here are all the things we're going to be talking about in every Awesome Car Guy News episode. First, we're going to go over the most important car reveals and go through all of the details with every car. For the time being, I'm going to be the only one who's going to be talking about the cars, but I plan on adding some new colleagues to work with me on Awesome Car Guy News, so stay tuned for that. Next up, we'll be covering the cars that are the least important. It'll probably be quick and brief. After that, I could tell you guys about certain vehicles that I have spotted in real life. And finally, for those who like going outside and driving every day, I'm going to be talking about the weather for next week, so you can find out if the weather is good enough for you to drive. So without further ado, let's get started. Looking for a super powerful daily driver with zero emission range? Then the Mercedes-AMG GT63S 4-door e-Performance has got you covered. It's a very long name. It's the first plug-in hybrid Mercedes-AMG has ever made. And it's also the fastest one they've ever made, before the AMG 1 arrives. Under the bonnet, it uses the same engine as the regular AMG GT63S, a 4-litre twin-turbocharged V8 making 640 horsepower. It has the same 9-speed automatic gearbox and 4MATIC all-wheel drive as the regular one. However, they're joined by a 6.1 kilowatt-hour battery and an electric motor. Together, the powertrain produces 830 brake horsepower and an incredible 1,400 Nm of torque. As for the electric motor itself, normally it produces 94 bhp, but it can produce 201 bhp for only 10 seconds in short bursts. On electric power alone, you'll be able to travel up to 87 miles an hour, however the range is a bit abysmal. You can only do 7 miles before the engine wakes up. Couldn't they have aimed for 10 miles on electric power alone? Anyway, at least the battery is small. It only weighs 89 kilograms, so therefore it improves the car's weight distribution. 0 to 62 miles an hour takes 2.9 seconds in a 4-door coupe, and top speed is 196 miles an hour, and it does all this while returning 32 mpg and emitting only 196 grams of CO2 per kilometer, less than 200 grams per kilometer. Not bad. At the moment, we don't have any information for how long it takes to charge the battery. The plug-in hybrid GT 4-door follows on from a facelift that the Mercedes-AMG GT 4-door got earlier this year. The changes it has gotten include new front bumpers, new steering wheel, and a new infotainment system. The only giveaway that you're looking at the plug-in hybrid version instead of the regular version is that at the rear it gets a flap on the rear bumper, which is where you plug it in. There's also e-performance badges on the sides of the vehicle and unique hybrid displays in the interior. The AMG GT 63S e-Performance is set to go on sale early next year. Although prices are yet to be confirmed, it's going to be more expensive than the non-hybrid version of the Mercedes AMG GT 63. So stay tuned for more details. Now this year, Audi seems to be a bit on a roll right now in terms of their cars and their concept cars as well. They've done a pretty good job previewing the future of their concept cars, especially with one recent concept car in particular. Let's go check it out. This is the new Audi Grand Sphere concept. It's an electric luxury sedan that's designed to preview the next generation of the Audi A8 limousine. It comes with a pair of automated suicide doors that open automatically. One of the coolest things about the Grand Sphere concept is that the wheel can automatically retract back into the dashboard. This is because this concept car comes with level 4 autonomous driving that'll be able to do all the driving for you. Also, the front passengers are prioritized in terms of interior space. When you want to take control of the wheel, the steering wheel will automatically come out of its hiding spot. As for the infotainment, there's no actual touchscreen. Instead, all your media and navigation functions are projected onto a wooden surface that curves around the dashboard. The climate controls have been moved onto the door, and not only can you operate them manually, users can make a rotating motion with their hand to increase or decrease the temperature. As for the powertrain, the Grand Sphere has a 120 kWh battery which feeds a pair of electric motors. It makes 710 brake horsepower and 960 Nm of torque, and while there are no performance figures, it'll do 466 miles on a single charge. It has 270 kW rapid charging, so it can charge from 5 to 80% in less than 25 minutes. And while there won't be a production version of the Sky Sphere, you can expect to see some various design features and elements that will make their way onto the future A8 luxury limo. So, it's pretty cool to see this concept. Really cool. Now, Kia has been on a bit of a roll lately, stepping up their game, making their models a lot more upmarket, even introducing a new logo at the start of this year. We have seen a lot of new reveals since the new logo came out, and the new Kia Sportage is one of them. This is the new Kia Sportage, and it's a mid-size family SUV that's supposed to take on the likes of the Toyota RAV4, the Peugeot 3008, and the Ford Kuga, as well as its own cousin, the Hyundai Tucson. This is the first time that Kia has built a Sportage specifically engineered and designed for the European market, with the new model featuring a 75mm shorter wheelbase than the global version of the Kia Sportage. However, the new model is 30mm longer than the old Sportage and has a 10mm longer wheelbase and better packaging for improved space and practicality. Inside, the new Sportage features a driver-focused interior design with two 12.3-inch screens tilted slightly towards the driver. As for the engines, you'll now be able to get the new Kia Sportage as a plug-in hybrid. This combines a 1.6-litre turbocharged petrol engine with an electric motor and 13.1 kWh battery for a total combined output of 261 bhp. You'll be able to do nearly 35 miles on electric power alone and only emit 31 grams of CO2 per kilometer. And with a 7.2 kilowatt onboard charger, you'll be able to fully charge the battery in 2 hours. A regular hybrid will be available with 227 bhp. It'll pair the same engine with a smaller battery, a 1.49 kilowatt hour battery, and it'll emit 134 grams of CO2 per kilometer. As for the rest of the powertrains, you'll be able to get a regular 1.6 litre turbocharged petrol engine with 148 bhp and a 6-speed manual transmission, and it's a mild hybrid. If you want an automatic transmission, you'll also get more power with 178 brake horsepower. You'll still be able to get it as a diesel, with a 1.6 litre unit making 118 bhp or 134 bhp. Deliveries of the new Kia Sportage will begin in early 2022, so cool to see that. Remember when Opel and Vauxhall revealed the new Astra? Well, now they've given us some more details as to the powertrains and the pricing. And they've even confirmed that there's going to be a fully electric version called the Astra E, which will arrive in 2023. The range kicks off with a 1.2-litre turbocharged petrol engine making either 108 bhp or 128 bhp, with both delivering 52 mpg. Then there's a 1.5-litre diesel engine making 128 bhp. You can have the petrol or diesel engines with either a manual transmission or an automatic transmission is available. And for the first time on an Astra, you can now get it as a plug-in hybrid. There are two versions to choose from. You can get it with either 178 bhp or 222 bhp. The plug-in hybrid versions are powered by a 1.6-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder engine paired up with an electric motor and a 12.4 kilowatt-hour battery. You'll be able to travel 35 miles on electric power alone. And it'll only emit between 24 and 31 grams per kilometer of carbon dioxide, and between 201 and 256 mpg combined. The Astra has been redesigned for 2022 with a more upmarket interior to rival the Volkswagen Golf. It also features more bolder looks and sharper creases. At the moment, we still don't have a clue about a price for the new Vauxhall Astra. Sources are telling me that it could be priced from £22,000, and there'll be a more practical sport tourer estate coming as well. So stay tuned for more details. Now, Lotus this week confirmed that 4 new electric cars are coming by 2026, which includes 2 lifestyle-focused SUVs. The SUVs will be built in China, however, the UK will remain home to the manufacturing of Lotus's sports cars. From 2022, there'll be a large SUV codenamed the Type 132. Then in 2023, there'll be a 4-door coupe codenamed the Type 133, which will shape up as a rival for the Tesla Model S. Then in 2024, there'll be a mid-size electric SUV codenamed the Type 134. Lastly, in 2026, Lotus will reveal an electric sports car that will be sold alongside the combustion-powered Emira. Very interesting to see that. This week, not only did we see the introduction of the new 71 registration plate, but we also saw the introduction of new E10 fuel, which is designed to cut emissions and prevent 350,000 cars from being taken off the road. However, there are around 700,000 cars that cannot be run on E10 fuel and will have to be run on the existing E5 petrol. Owners will have to pay a lot more money for the fuel, which kinda sucks. Very interesting indeed. Land Rover have revealed a new special edition Defender to celebrate the launch of the latest James Bond film called No Time to Die. Called the Land Rover Defender V8 Bond Edition, it'll be available as either the 90 3-door short wheelbase version or the 110 5-door long wheelbase version, and only 300 examples will be made for the entire world, with the UK getting just 15 examples, 5 examples of the 90 version and 10 examples of the 110. The Bond Edition is all blacked out and comes with 22-inch gloss black alloy wheels with blue brake calipers. You also get unique Defender 007 badging at the rear and even for the 11.4-inch touchscreen, which will be included as standard. Plus, you also get 007 badging for the puddle lamps and you get 007 branded illuminated tread plates. It still has the same supercharged 5-litre V8 petrol engine that makes 518 bhp and 625 Nm of torque as the regular Defender V8. 0 to 62 miles an hour for the 90 short wheelbase model takes 5.2 seconds and it'll reach a top speed of 149 miles an hour. The 90 Bond Edition will cost £105,000, but if you want the 110 version, you'll have to pay an extra $3,000. What a very impressive machine. Meanwhile, Isuzu has partnered up with Arctic Trucks to make the Isuzu D-Max AT35. It's a more off-road focused version of the D-Max with a higher ride height than the standard model and big, knobbly 35-inch tires. It also has wider body-coloured wheel arches and extended running boards for easier access into the cabin. It has the same engine as the regular model, a 1.9-litre diesel engine that makes only 162 brake horsepower, and it has a switchable four-wheel drive system and a rear diff lock. I have to say, it looks really, really cool. More muscular. It's almost as if it's, had a workout at the gym. We don't have any information on pricing at the moment, but it will cost at least over £40,000 when it goes on sale next year. But yeah, very interesting to learn about this pickup truck. Lastly, I got a request from my high school friends to find out if the Nissan GTR in either its regular or Nismo trim can be available with Felch body kits. So I'm just gonna casually search it up on Google.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
I can confirm that the Nissan GTR and GTR Nismo Felch body kits do not exist. But thanks anyway for giving the viewers a jolly good laugh. As for spotting cars, I I've spotted a car that is very, very interesting. Probably the best car I have ever seen so far. The Lamborghini Aventador SVJ Coupe. Here it is in all of its glory, photographed right near my house. And even parked not too far from where my house is. It was like a really special opportunity for me, seeing such an amazing supercar near my own house. Definitely a great way to kick off the first episode of Awesome Car Guy News. Now it's on to the weather. Unfortunately, it's not looking good for car drivers, as it is going to be raining next week, so I recommend you take caution when driving and brake early and make sure your tyres are working absolutely fine. And that's the end of the first episode of Awesome Car Guy News. If you guys have stuck with me to the very end, then congratulations. You are awesome. That's all for now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace out.